Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Marsha with Buy Sell Plan. In today's video, we're going to recap the week of July 7th and plan the week of the 14th. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while. I don't think I have. My last one, I think, was my June recap. So how have you guys been? Tell me all the things. I've missed you. I've been diving deep into meal planning. So before we get on with the plan with me, I just wanted to share with you our meal planner. This has been such a game changer for me. So for the month of June, I was primarily focusing on just like meal planning and making sure that I have protein, carbs, and fats in all of my meals. And so for July so far, my main focus has been now tweaking it to make sure that I have the right balance because I was still eating too many carbohydrates or not enough protein. So now I'm making sure that I'm getting about 100 grams of protein a day or more, at least 25 grams of fiber each day, and my net carbs are like 30 grams or lower depending on my meal. I'm following what's called the Zone Diet. If you want to look that up, it's by Dr. Barry Sears. And I used to follow it years and years and years ago. I used to be certified to like sell it and help people get set up on their Zone nutrition program way back in my fitness days. We're going back like a couple decades now. So I thought, you know what, that worked really well for me back in the day. And the whole purpose of it is to regulate blood sugar. And since I have insulin resistance right now due to perimenopause, I'm like, I'm just going to go back on the Zone diet. And yeah, so far so good. So I've been I plan my meals ahead of time, and then each day before I cook, I'm figuring out the macros to make sure that it's all balanced and that I'm definitely getting enough fiber. And let me tell you guys, what a difference. I'm feeling so good. I have a lot more energy, and a lot of my inflammation symptoms have gone away. Not 100% there yet, but we're getting there. And that's what motivates me to continue because I'm feeling so much better. All right, back to the plan with me. So I'm going to be doing my weekly planning routine. So first I will be recapping my task card and numbers for my real estate business, reviewing my current month's goals, review my quarterly goals, make sure that I'm on track with those and that keeping those top of mind, set my goals for the next week, and then make my task card for next week. Transfer any tasks from my master task list to next week, and then schedule next week. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, I hope you will watch the video and then consider subscribing for more functional planning videos. All right, so so first up is recapping my task card. So this is how I'm using, so this is new in our shop. This is our monthly calendar cards. I'm loving this. I'm using this for sleep. So my goal is to be in bed by 11:30 this month. So this is where I'm tracking each day. And then I put out just like a highlight on the day that I did follow my evening routine and get to bed earlier. The last couple of days, today's the 12th, so the last couple days have not been so great. But yeah, this has been very helpful. Okay, so let's see here. So my goal was to start my evening routine at 11 because I want to be in bed by 11:30. So Monday to Wednesday, I did that. I had a good start to the week. Thursday was a day where we were out on the road all day for work, and for I had an appointment with my menopause doctor, and then we had a listing appointment and some running around to do for work. So we got home pretty late, had dinner late, and I was a little bit wired. So I was not successful at getting to bed on time. So that was Thursday night. And then Friday night, which was last night. Oh, we had a great day yesterday. I stayed up late watching Vampire Diaries. And we're currently watching Department Q on Netflix. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So we watched that, and then I watched some Vampire Diaries and didn't get to bed till 1. But so Thursday was the 10th. So yeah, I went to bed at 12:30. But for the most part, you can see like before 12, but actually at 11:30, it's only been 6 days so far this month, but that's all right. Huge improvement. So I didn't go to bed at 11:30 every single night. And then 3 core workouts. I have done, has it only been one? Maybe it has. I've been walking every day. Oh, no, I did twice this month, not this week. Okay. So I have not done my 3 core workouts. I mean, today's Saturday. I might do some core. I did core yesterday. I might do some today, and I could do some tomorrow. So you know what? I'm going to leave that open. Cardio 4 to 5 times. Yes. Stretching. Yes. I have to do a lot of stretching right now. So 4 times this week I've done like really deep stretching. So I will be again tomorrow. And then foam roll twice. I foam rolled yesterday, so I will be foam rolling again tomorrow. And I'm like, my shoulders are sore because of the awkward position that you hold yourself in while you're foam rolling. So yeah, I took a break today, but I'll do some foam rolling tomorrow. And then for real estate business, I wanted to time block 3 times. I didn't. I time blocked twice, Monday and Tuesday. I didn't follow my time block schedule 100% because I changed things around. I decided instead of time blocking to try and fit both of my businesses in each day, I thought I'm going to change it up and do real estate one day, buy sell plan one day, real estate the other day, right? I'm pretty much working on both every single day, but I found it quite overwhelming to try and fit them both in every single day and do like a full work day. You know what I mean? Like chunks of work time. And so, yeah, so I kind of changed things up. So this was real estate. I did my calls, market intel. I did do a little bit of editing for buy sell plan, but otherwise it was mainly real estate. And then Tuesday was buy sell plan. And then Wednesday was real estate again. And then Thursday we were out on the road, so it was real estate. We did no buy sell plan. Had a listing appointment and things. And then yesterday was Friday. Yesterday was a catch up day. Did some groceries. Oh, I did have buyer's consultation last night. So I did a little bit of prep for that beforehand. But anyways, so that's how I did with the time blocking. So I'm gonna give that a win. And my focus too was to make up numbers. So if you did watch my June recap, you know that I fell behind in my numbers for the year. So what I did was, where's my sticky note? Finally found it. Oh my goodness. Okay. I had it in my goals section, which makes sense because it's goals. Okay, so I didn't write it on a sticky note. I wrote it on my June recap, July goals page. So my goal is 160 contacts a month. And I have fallen behind by 466 so far this year. So I did some math and I thought, okay, if I do 300 contacts a month, I'll make up 160 contacts. So that works out to be 75 contacts a week. So that's my goal. Now, I did not hit that this week. I did not hit that this week. I don't know why I had 82 written down. I just double checked my tracker. I did 44 contacts. Oh my goodness, not 82. What the heck? I don't know where that came from. So I did 44 contacts out of my 75. However, my goal was 35 a week. So I did make up, what is that, 9? I did make up 9 contacts so far. So focusing on contacts, getting into that rhythm again of being consistent with my follow-up and my calls. I tend to, when work gets busy, I tend to fall off on that. So yeah, my goal is to stay consistent and keep on building my routine and the time blocking and all of that. So that's how I did with my real estate numbers. I did book, I didn't set any goals for that as far as the week. So generated 2 leads that day too. So 4 leads this so far. Booked a buyer appointment, signed on a new listing, and then held that buyer appointment. They have not signed on yet. So it was a pretty good week, pretty good week. So the consistency with doing my my calls is paying off already. Um, and I didn't set goals for that, for appointments and whatnot, because I'm on track for that. It's just my contacts and my leads have fallen behind, and then my GCI. All right, so I wanted to plan content. I did not plan any content. Prep for our CMA that we had on Thursday, and then we have an exclusive listing coming up, so we got the paperwork done for that. And then for buy sell plan, we sent out our launch email. So we have officially launched our consulting services. I'm so excited, and the feedback that I've been getting is just thank you guys so much for those of you who have reached out. I really appreciate it. It just makes our hearts so happy. So we have three, I'll link it below if you'd like to check it out. We have a planning consultation, two different planning consultation services, and then we have a business one. And we are looking to add on to that. So yeah, we're so excited. So we did send out our launch email, but I have had no time to actually promote it on social media. So that didn't happen. Like I did a post earlier in the week, but I haven't had any time to do any follow-up. So that's going to be the focus this week. All right, so that's how I did there. And then let's recap my current month's goals. So for buy sell plan, it's to schedule around real estate. So far, so good. Tweak as needed, and then promoting it. So haven't done that yet. And then for my routines for Marsha Grove Realty is focus on my deficit. I am focusing on that. Time block 3 times a week, and then focusing on content. I haven't done my content yet. The time blocking, that's still a work in progress. I'm gonna experiment this coming week with doing the alternating days between buy sell plan and real estate. And then as far as tweak what's working for my wellness, I have been doing that. So going to bed by 11:30. I did do that Monday to Wednesday this week. Tweaking my macros. I'm constantly focusing on that, like every single day. I'm sitting down with my planner. I open up my meal planning inserts here, and I'm like, okay, so this is what I want to have today. I go to ChatGPT and I let it know. It knows how many calories that I need to consume each day, fiber, protein, carb, all that kind of stuff. And then I have it like make everything zoned for me to make sure that I am keeping my blood sugar stable. So I do need to update what we had for dinner last night, and then snack, and then our first meal today. I did. So I use this erasable pen because I'm constantly making changes in here. So like, for example, today I plan on making like an omelet, and I had the vegetables in mind that I was going to eat. But then I changed my mind. Started my day with a walk. It's very hot out. We are in the middle of a heat wave right now, so it feels like 40 degrees Celsius. So I went for a walk this morning, came back, and I said to Ryan, let's get in the lake. So we did. We went for an hour swim. So then it was kind of time for lunch. So we had fish and quinoa and vegetables. So anyways, so yeah, so I'm constantly making those changes. I have steak and chicken in the fridge that's thawing. So I'm pretty sure we'll still be having that. And then I make this really yummy smoothie for a snack. Anyways, if you want to know more about that, let me know. But so yes, I am doing really, really well with that. And then doing my core workouts, not doing so great with that. I do need to make that more of a priority for sure. Okay, so quarterly goals. Let's see. I've been focusing on my HDX, that's the human design that I'm studying. So I'm currently going through a replay. It's like a 2.5 hour one. So I did that like 3 times this week, spent an hour watching the modules, taking notes. So far I feel like I'm motivated to continue with that. Read 2 books this quarter. That's the goal. Blogs, analytics, and meal prep 3 times a week. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is like things that I think about a lot, but I just need to sit down, carve out like the brain dump time, right, in the planning time. Okay, so let's do next week, set my goals for next week, and do my task card. Remember, I'm repurposing and doing the back side, because before I was just doing the front side and then I was tossing it. So I'm gonna do the back side here. So my main focuses are always wellness. Wellness comes first for me because it affects everything that I do. And then my real estate business, and then buy-sell plan. Okay, so for wellness, again, starting my routine at 11, doing my 3 core workouts, 2 strength workouts, and then foam rolling twice, and then booking. I have some personal appointments that I need to book, like ultrasounds and things. And then for real estate, prep our CMA for our appointment on Tuesday, and then time block 3 times this week. Showing feedback, we have some showings on one of our listings this weekend, so I need to follow up. My goal is to do that tomorrow. Monday. Today's Saturday as I'm filming this. This will be uploaded Sunday. So yeah, so Monday when I'm back at it, get my feedback, and then 75 contacts. Like, so if I'm time blocking 3 times, that's going to be 75 contacts divided by 3 days. That's going to be probably an hour and a half each time, but I can do it. So I'm challenging myself to do 75 contacts and then plan content. Hopefully, that's why it's the very last on the list, because it's not a huge money-making activity, but I do know that it's important. And then for buy-sell plans, just promoting our consulting services, and then do some content planning for that. So those are my main goals for this week. Okay, so my master task list, let's see if there's anything on here. I haven't done a detailed flip. I don't think I've done one since I've been back in my pink binder. I think the last time I did one was when I was in my dusty blue vintage Aurora. So I can link that below if you would like to watch that. But I want to do one now that I'm in my pink one, because I do have some things that have changed since the beginning of the year. So I do want to do a mid-year flip. That's kind of the main thing there. Booking appointments, I just put that on my list for this week. And then, gosh, I'm so behind in my memory journaling. I want to carve out time for that too. Maybe on Friday. My goal is to work like Monday to Thursday. Memory journal catch up. All right, now it is time to schedule next week. So first things first, I'm going to fill out my weekly tasks, top follow-up, my routines, and then the only thing I have scheduled is Tuesday outside of the office. So then I'll be time blocking Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So yeah, so let's see how this goes. All right, I'm done. I realized I wasn't filming. I stopped recording because I needed to use the calculator on my phone, and then I didn't hit record again. So all you missed was a sped up version of me just scheduling the week. So sorry about that. Okay, so I've got my tasks here and my top follow-ups this week, my work routines. And I put 25 contacts in here so I can check off. I know you guys understand when you get to check something off, it's just more motivating, right? And it's like exciting. So I thought I would try that this week as extra motivation, and then my personal routines, and then other routines that I want to focus on this week. So I did Monday and Tuesday for real estate, Wednesday for buy sell plan, and Thursday for real estate. And the main focus for this day here is I do need to go and get blood work. So we'll probably, I just realized I didn't time block that in. So probably in the afternoon. It's just for my thyroid levels, so I don't have to fast or anything like that. So I think we'll do that. Yeah, I think they're still open. Okay, so I need to get that done, and then everything else I can do around that. So I time block my calls, market intel, and then doing my showing feedback, and then preparing for our CMA that we have on Tuesday. And then doing meal prep is a focus as well, because this day we find that when we go, because we basically live at our cottage for the summer, right? So we're driving into the city for work. Luckily, it's not every day, it's just a couple times a week. But then what we find is we're eating out, and because of my inflammation, I'm on an inflammation and a histamine diet, so eating out is very hard. And even though when we have, I've chosen some like fresh places, but I still have symptoms after. So I need to meal prep so that I can bring food with me. My husband, he can eat anything, anywhere, and no, there's no consequences for him, but me, no, not so much. So I need to do that as well, because I do want to get some calls in. So if all goes according to plan, I'll be able to do just an hour of calls before we head out. So that's the goal. Okay, and then I didn't really time block, like I just put like buy sell plan will start at 11, but there's no like real schedule for that yet. That's something to be determined. But Wednesday and Thursday are going to be a little quieter, so those will be good days to focus on content planning. And then of course doing my replay for my human design. I'll be doing a lot of that this weekend as well, but these are 2 weekdays that I see that I can fit that in. I didn't time block anything on Friday. It most likely will be a buy sell plan day if I don't book, well, probably even still, like if I do book an appointment like through my calls this week, a buyer appointment or a listing appointment, then it just leaves that day open. Same with the weekend. And if those buyers that I had my appointment with last night end up signing on with us, I imagine that next weekend we're going to be out showing houses. So anyways, that's that. So that's my plan with me. That's how I make sure that I recap everything. I'm staying accountable and in tune with my goals to make sure that I am reaching them. I hope this video was helpful for you and gave you some ideas for your own planning. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them and help you any way that I can on your journey to being more functional and intentional with your planning. I will include the links below if you'd like to learn more about our consultation services. If you are interested in any help or guidance on setting up your planner, whether you are brand new to planning and you don't know where to start, or you do have a system but you know it can be tweaked and you want to be more efficient, like if things still are falling through the cracks, that's what it's there for. All right, and then if you need any help with your business planning, I have that service available as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. If you're new, I hope you will stick around, subscribe for more functional planning content, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.